Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Dan Cave and welcome to another bench update. So this is going to cover a little bit of a review of June, which we've just passed through in the blink of an eye, and we're into July once again. So lighting's not great in here. It's just gone 9:30 at night. Should still be daylight, but it's chucking it down outside. Wonderful British summer weather once again, early July, and it's raining. But you know, good opportunity to stay indoors and do some modelling instead. So welcome back to those that have been here before. Welcome on board if you're new to the channel, especially if you're a new subscriber. So thanks for that. This is going to be probably a shorter review than last month because less has happened in June than maybe in previous months. So we're going to have a little bit of a look back at what's been finished. So that'll be a little bit of a chat about the kit that's done. A little bit of a look at what's been bought, and then a quick chat about the stuff that's in progress. So there is quite a few kits in progress. Hopefully they'll get turned out during July, and they may appear in the next update, which will be end of July, start of August, as we rapidly steam through this year. So that's enough from me for the moment. Let's go over to the other me and have a look down at what's on the bench and what's happened over the last month. Okay, so first up from June, in terms of completions, was the Airfix Bristol bleedham. Let's just get a little bit more light on that. Oh, nearly in the way of the camera. So this is a recent tooling from Airfix a couple of years ago. This is their 72nd scale bleedham Mark IV. I think they originally released the Mark 1 and then released the Mark 4 variant. So in the box you do seem to get all the parts for the Mark 1 as well. But yeah, I think I spotted this in a local hobby shop and picked it up. As I live in the Bristol area, it seemed appropriate to get a Bristol airplane. So it's pretty much built from the box. Ammo, so I suppose initially the primer was UMP grey. There's a video series to go with this as well. I'll stick a link in either in the description or try and do like a fancy flashcard across the top somewhere up here, something like that, if I can get the tech to work. So there's a video series on this. Primed UMP grey once all the assembly was done. Then I've used MIG ammo, RAF early scheme, so the dark earth and dark green, and then I've used Vallejo model air, and that's been mixed with a little bit of white just to lighten it up, and then I've gone back over that with some very thin Vallejo model air black just to try and give a little bit of contrast and depth to black on the underside. It probably looks better in actual light than it does under these lights, so you'll just have to trust me when I say it looks a little bit more varied than maybe it does on screen. Then overall protection with aqua gloss. That's once the decals were done, and some weathering using some ammo dark wash. Using some Humbrol wash on the underside, so that was their dust wash, and then a mixture of some ammo shaders, some UMP water-based washes as well, just to add a little bit more, a little bit of dirt here and there. So I'd say very enjoyable kit to build. It worked out as a good kind of video build series, 4 parts, all 30 odd minutes each. So that is available for you to watch on YouTube right now. So that was it. That was kit number 1 that was completed.
And so for kit number 2, we have got this one. So, if I've got the technology right, you shall see a blurred image of this kit. It is a car. It's the Shelby GT350H. So that's the Revell kit. 125th, I think. Don't think it's a 24th one. So that is done and completed. I think I mentioned at one of my bench updates a while back that I was going to build this. So I'm not showing you what it looks like because this is a video build. None of the parts have been released, but all the footage of this being built is recorded, just needs to be edited, and I think I'm going to release that as 2 parts because there's not a huge amount in this kit. But that's done and dusted, and that's all I'm going to say on that one. So you'll get to see that when I release the video.
So that's it. That's all that's been built over the last month. Not a huge amount of bench time over the last month. So just about 2 kits finished, kind of 2 kits in progress as well. One of them not moved on from where it probably was last month. Getting close to maybe another kit starting soon. Well, two kits I may start soon. But I'll have a look at them in one of the later sections. So the next bit we're going to dive in and have a look at what's been bought. So it's not been a huge amount of buying over the last month. So first up on the buying front, which is actually a collection of kits. So I'm not going to go into them in detail. There's lots of reviews out there. Some of them are built, and there's some good inbox reviews actually. If you have a look on YouTube, some of the other notable car builders out there have built these. So I bought all 4 Revell Fast and Furious cars. So that consists of, and I'm doing this from memory, so bear with me. So there's the Mitsubishi Eclipse, which is Brian's Eclipse. There's the Yenko Chevelle, which is Brian's, I think. Dom's Charger and Dom's Plymouth. So it's 4 kits, all badged and boxed as Fast and Furious, but they are reasonably good kits from Revell by all accounts. So they've been added to the stash because with car kits, Revell do re-release stuff, but it could be a few years before I see them again. So I thought they're there, they weren't too expensive, so just get the lot. So that's in the buying pile. So the other kit that was bought, which is another Revell kit, which I'm just looking up here just to make sure. Yeah, so it's a 24th scale Revell kit. So it's the Audi R10 TDI. It's a Le Mans winning car, and that comes with kind of a 3D puzzle thing to do a little bit of a kind of corner Dunlop bridge type effect. So I've not really looked in the box yet, but that's in there as well. So as well as the kit itself. So again, I suppose it's one of those race cars that you don't see it very often. They came out a few years ago. I've not seen very many of them around. Revell were re-releasing it, so yeah, just go and pick that one up, and that's what I did. So yes, that's pretty much it in terms of the buying front. Not a huge amount bought, but certainly enough, and certainly at the rate I build, I'm certainly buying more than I built, which I think a lot of modelers do. So the intention is to build them all at some point, but we'll see what happens with that over the coming months, years, whatever, with what's in the stash. So so there we go. So next up, just going to cover a little bit of what's in progress, and we'll go back to the overhead camera so we can have a look and a chat about the stuff that's in progress. So back over to me. So first up in the in progress pile, I'll show you some bits of it. So there's the interior tub. There's the chassis under tray.
primed in UMP grey. And there's a bunch of bits all stuck on various sticks, ready to go for primer in the coming days. So that is for this. So this is the Bell Kit's Opal Manta 400. So this is not the scheme that comes with the kit. This is a set of Reggie model decals, which depicts the car that was used on Manx Rally. It's written on the side. So 1986 Manx Rally, driven by Austin McHale. So this car and this livery I've actually seen back in the 80s on the circuit of Ireland. So yeah, so not in this particular rally, it's just the Manx Rally, but the same scheme was run at the circuit of Ireland as well. So I've always had a real liking for this car, and actually it's turned out to be quite an enjoyable kit so far. So yeah, so the body work is done, primed UMP grey, painted with Revell satin black, semi-gloss black, whatever it is, and then decals applied with the usual kind of method. So this is at the stage now where the decals have been dry for 24 hours, so this can go to clear coat basically any time. So that'll probably be Pro Range 2K, because that's what I've got. Now, one of the issues I know that people have been getting this body with all the bits on it into the chassis. So actually I took the bold step, and it's not really that visible on it, but I've actually worn away using various files and sanding sticks some of the plastic around this rear end and this front end, just to kind of trim away at the kind of marginal bits at the extremities. So when it was dry fitted, it was a tight fit, you could get it through, but there was a little bit of kind of manipulation required to get that in. We were using a grinding wheel and various kind of tools and stuff. I was able to wear down a little bit more just to trim a little bit more off it to make it more of a comfortable fit. So hopefully once everything's on it, that's painted and clear coated, that should fit in quite snugly and nicely. So that shouldn't be a problem for this kit, but I'll let you know when we get that far through it. So that's one thing in progress. So the other kit that's definitely in progress, which is the same as last month, is this elderly Airfix kit. So I don't think anything has really moved on since last month. I think I showed the cockpit area last month, so that was all scratch built, using a variety of bits and pieces that I had available. Plastic card, little bits of brass tubing and alloy tubing. Just had a control column and throttle stick. So yeah, so that'll get painted up, and the inside will be done at some point soon. So I think, as I said in the last video, most of the panel lines have been rescribed. I would say it's pretty much a first pass scribe. Once I get the fuselage halves put together, I'll probably go back over a number of those and maybe add some rivet detail as well. Maybe not the most accurate, but at least indicative of the kind of riveted surface. So that's it for in progress at the moment. With only 2 kits in progress, it's really a case of figuring out what I'm going to do next. So back over to me.
So there we go. That's the in progress section. So not a huge amount in progress, mainly because the 2 kits that were finished quite recently. I think one of the factors over the last month is that, well, both those kits that are completed were videoed. The Fiat G91, the old Airfix kit, that footage so far, so that's all been videoed as well. So I do plan on that being a video build. Not sure of the format of that yet, whether it'll be multi-part or maybe a single part. I'm thinking single part because it's quite a simple kit. and just kind of badge that as a classic, I don't know, classic plastic vintage kit, whatever, some kind of vintage modelling kit. I might have to edit the video in black and white or something to give you the impression of how old that kit actually is. So that's probably slowed me down doing a few other things in progress. The Manta I decided not to video build, just to take the pressure off doing everything on video, because it's kind of limited time for doing the video work and then limited time for doing the editing. That's definitely been a bit of a strain on what's been produced over the last month, just trying to balance that time. So really kind of next choices are what am I going to do next. So I've got an aircraft in progress, got a car in progress, so I thought actually it's about time I did a bike. I've not done one for a few months, so last one I did was the 916, the Tamiya 916. So I think the next bike is going to be the Tamiya Suzuki RGV Gamma, the 500cc World Championship bike, in the Suzuki scheme, in the box scheme. I did have a quick look to see if there was other decals available. It was hard to find something I wanted, and just hard to find decals in general for it. So I'm probably, so I'm going to stick with the box scheme for that, which I do actually like. It's the Suzuki color scheme. I do like it. So that I think that may be a video build as well. I've not done a bike video build, so I think I'm going to do that. So that may be a little bit of a slow burner. I might do a series of small parts on that, just because I don't build bikes a lot, so they tend to be a bit slower anyway. Plus doing the video work for it, I think I'll just need to eke it out a little bit, just so I'm kind of comfortable that I'm building it how I want to build it, as well as getting the video work done. So I think also what I'm thinking about starting is I've got a Tamiya Ferrari 360, which was a second-hand eBay find. So I'm thinking about starting that, although the body on that, the A-pillars are a little bit warped where where it's been crushed a little bit in the box at some point. So that needs a little bit of fettling just to get that bodywork straight again. But I think I might do that as another car build. Don't know if that'll be a video build yet. Depends on how much video work I'm doing. So that's the what's coming up next. So I think it's time to wrap up actually. It's been a pretty short bench update this month. Probably reflects that I've not had as much bench time, so there's less to kind of talk about. I suppose, the highlights over the last month have been, you can now see me every Friday on the ISM Friday Night Live show, 7 p.m. UK time. So I'll be part of that crew going forward. So that's been really enjoyable. Did an interview with Norm 2 weeks ago, Norm Dennison on the Friday night show, so that was really enjoyable. So certainly those viewers got a chance to get a bit of background of me and my modelling, which I've spoken about a little bit on some of the updates here. So if you do want to go back and watch that, so that's Friday 2 weeks ago. Can't remember what the date was. Middle of June, Friday night show. So my interview is on that. Last week, one of the other new members was interviewed as well, so that's Roland. Again, very interesting guy. Very good modeler as well, so he's now part of the live crew as well. So come and join us Friday night, of course. I'm usually on the Sunday show as well. Tends to fall into kind of normal times for when I'm modeling. So that's a little bit more of a relaxed show. Tends to be more all of us just actually doing modeling rather than specific segments like we have on a Friday night. So that's the format kind of Paul runs, which is pretty good and pretty enjoyable. So come along Friday night, watch us, chat to us in the live YouTube chat, ask us questions, whatever you want. If you're not a member of ISM Facebook, of course, go and find it, International Scale Modeler on Facebook. There's also the ISM Live at the Bench page as well, where there's a couple of segments where you can enter the stuff that you've finished, ask questions for a crew. There's also a group builds page as well, where there's regular kind of group builds which are running on ISM. So yeah, so definitely come along and participate. Anything else I can think of? No, I think that's about it. So it's time to wrap up. So thanks for watching this little bit of an update. Hopefully next month there'll be a few more things to look back upon. Who knows, it's July. I don't know, it's July. We're getting into holiday season. Weather is normally a little bit better. We get drawn outside around this time of year, so it takes a hit on the modelling time. So I don't know. We'll see what happens over the next month. Certainly I think the Manta should be done. I'd like to make some progress on the Gina as well. So I'm kind of hoping for at least 2 kits done next month. But, you know, we never know. I may even completely change my mind over what I build over the next few days and start something else. So who knows? So yeah, so thanks for watching this so far. If you've not done so already, please give a like, please give a subscribe, leave a comment if you want, all the usual stuff. I think the next video is probably going to be that GT350 that I spoke about. Part 1 for that will hopefully be out in about a week, because there's quite a lot of editing to do. So, but all the video footage is there. It's just a matter of finding the editing time to do that. So I reckon that'll be about a week. So look out for that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye bye.